wanted to get this to you right now. Some breaking news. The Trump administration canceling $400 million to Columbia University. Of course, this is in response to all of those pro-Hamas protests we've seen plaguing Columbia University.
Columbia University has been at the center of mass pro-Palestine protests. Students have been calling out the war in Gaza, which is understandable, but also it's been a lot of anti-Semitic reports, harmful reports on Jewish students that's trying to get through and be productive students. Trump sees this, boom, he drops the hammer. $400 million gone. You won't have them. You won't do nothing about it. We're going to do something about it. Now, this raises one big question that a lot of people are thinking does this shut down free speech, or does this just protect Jewish students?
Friday, the Trump administration canceled $400 million of federal funding to Columbia University over its inaction to combat rampant anti-Semitism on campus. Well, I'm joined by Columbia Assistant Professor Shai Davidai, who has become the face of the pro-Israel movement on campus. Shai, what do you think about this move from President Trump?
Well, I have to say, it's regardless of what you think of the president, you agree with the president, you disagree with the president made promises. The president made certain attempts to let the universities know that this will come if they won't step up their game. They refused to step up their game, and now the president is following up on his promises.
$400 million is a lot of money. That's funding research, scholarship, and even campus programs. If Columbia loses that sets a precedent for all the other universities. They say, hey, if Columbia can use it, that means we can too. So it's changing the dynamic of the education system in a whole. There's also a big legal side of this. Trump is using Title VI of the Civil Rights Act, which basically states that if a school allows discrimination, in this case, anti-Semitism, then the government can withhold and withdraw all government funding, right? A lot of people don't know about this.
Can you maybe walk the average folk through, is there actually anti-Semitism on your campus? What does it actually look like in person?
If you're only tuning in now, that's totally fine. It's better late than never. And I'll tell you this, over the past week, forget the past year and a half, over the past week, we've had two violent takeovers of buildings at Columbia University. One in last week, and then when the students didn't get what they want, again, 2 days ago.
Now, here's the crazy thing. Critics are stating that Trump's move is a direct impact on free speech. That just because students are protesting about Palestine, they shouldn't get punished. But this is not what's happening. I mean, we're talking about holding up students and holding up buildings for 6 hours. This is different from protesting. This is something that's overboard. We're talking about Jewish students getting harmed. This is overboard than just protesting, just standing out there with signs and just, standing for something outside, protesting, doing whatever you have to do in the streets. That's totally different than what's going on right here. Also, Trump supporters say this is not about free speech. It's about stopping hate on campuses. They argue that no university should allow anti-Semitism, period. Now, do you feel like this is because of Trump's relationships with Israel, or do you believe this is something that should be true? Campuses should not allow hatred, period, right? If the shoe was on the other foot, how would you feel about it?
Why is that so, for lack of better words, not kosher for the administration?
I have to, unfortunately, wake a lot of people up to how these universities are run. Columbia University is a $14 billion endowed organization. And it's run by a bureaucrat. It's run by mid-level managers, people that are really, really good at what they are supposed to do. But running these organizations is not what they are trained to do.
Talk about what this really means for other universities. This isn't just about Columbia. This is about all universities. This sets a huge precedent. If Trump is willing to strip down funding from an Ivy League college, what will he do to other colleges that don't follow the new president, the new standard, and that don't crack down on anti-Semitism? Harvard, Yale, UCLA, NYU, All universities are on alert right now. Trust me. We could be seeing a major shift in the universities where if they don't change their policies, they would be losing out on millions and millions of funding. I mean, it's understandable. We have a new commander-in-chief in town. The question right now is, should Columbia be punished for the anti-Semitism that's been on campus, or is Trump overreacting? Comment yes if Trump is right, and comment no if you feel like Trump is taking away free speech